Fine, guys. So, yeah, hi, Rohit. So, we'll see today how we can, write the scripts, okay, in Python, PySpark scripts basically, okay. When we are writing the Python scripts on top of a Spark architecture, okay, like the cloud Azure Databricks architecture, then we call it as what PySpark. So instead of creating the Databricks cluster in Azure portal, okay, we'll create it in community edition. We'll create it in the community edition and we'll write the scripts there. Okay, fine. So what I'll do now, as I have told yesterday, okay, yesterday what I have told, okay, what you can do, okay, you just register once. You just registered once, okay, in Databricks, in Databricks portal. Which portal? Community edition. Community edition. Okay, you will get an email. Reset the password. Reset the password. Okay, and saved that link in your favorites. In your favorites. So what happens with this? What happens with this? Every time you are not required to register in the Databricks portal in the community edition. Okay, once you save that link in your favorites, then you can directly make a login. Something like this. See what I have done. I have just registered only once. Okay, yesterday we have done, na guys, correct or not? Yesterday we have done, correct? So what type of questions expects in the Databricks, Manju? The expected questions is like, what is Databricks is used for? Okay, what components you have considered while deploying the Databricks workspace? Okay, what features that you have worked in Databricks cluster? What do you mean by single node cluster, multi-node clusters? Okay, what runtime you have used in the Databricks cluster provisioning? Okay, what configuration of the nodes you have taken while deploying a cluster? Okay, and also they will ask you, have you onboarded the users in the Databricks cluster? Okay, what Python scripts that you have ran on the Databricks cluster, and have you done the mounting, okay, of your storage account via Azure Databricks, okay, in the cloud portal? This is like what the questions are expected. So if you read the Databricks, whatever I am teaching right from the beginning to end, if you read thoroughly, then questions could be expected. See guys, Databricks is a very big ocean. Okay, to be honest, if I tell you, Databricks is a very, very big ocean. Okay, so if you read, if you learn Databricks up to 5 years also, it will not get completed. That much big it is. So what you can say in the interviews, okay, these are the concepts that I know in Databricks. I have done this hands-on. Okay, I am having this hands-on knowledge in these concepts. Okay, if any other thing comes into the project as part of the project scope, then definitely, okay, I would love to work the new things, explore myself, and do the needful in the project. Like this you have to talk, like this you have to stay in the interviews. Okay, see guys, no one knows everything in any technology. Okay, if you take example, Azure Databricks, Azure Databricks. Okay, if someone is working in Azure Databricks, okay, in Azure Databricks from past from 5 years also, past from 5 years also, okay, they cannot say they know each and every concept of Databricks. They cannot say this one. They cannot say. Practically, I'm talking to you. Because what happens here, when you work in real-time projects, you only explore the concepts, you only work on those concepts and techniques which is part of the project. If something comes new, then if he is having 10 years experience, 15 years experience, 100 years experience also, he will do Google search, he will refer Microsoft documentation, he will refer YouTube links, and he will explore, he will learn, and then he will implement in the project. Every technology is like that only, guys. There is no end for any technology. And whoever is taking the interview, they know this thing very clearly. Even they also don't know every single thing about Azure Databricks you take, Azure Data Factory you take. Okay, whatever technology you take, machine learning you take, DevOps you take. Okay, AI also if you take, there are 1400 plus tools in AI, artificial intelligence nowadays. 1400 plus tools are there in the market. Okay, if someone is learning on AI, it doesn't mean that he knows all 1400 plus tools. Hardly in the project we'll use some 4 or 5 tools only to finish the project task, and whatever comes in the project scope that they will work upon. So every technology is like that only. So what I'm trying to say, if you want the questions on specifically on Databricks, I'll put that question separately for you guys. You can say that these are the hands-on that I'm having. This is the knowledge I'm having. Okay. If anything that they are asking, definitely it will come. You can simply say that, yes, okay, I don't have knowledge on this, but going forward, if any task comes in the project related to this concept, then definitely I'll take it as a learning curve for me. I'll explore myself and I will do this as part of the project. Okay, like this positivity you have to show, like this positive way you have to say. Okay, if they are asking some concept, okay, you don't know, don't be just a blank. Don't be like mum, absolutely mute. Don't go for mute. You have to take something like this. You have to take your stand something like this. Yes, if this is the concept which comes in, definitely this I have not done. Okay, but when it comes to part of the project, when it is required in the project, I'll explore, I'll refer Microsoft documentation, and I will implement this concept, okay, as part of the project scope. If you learn Databricks for 5 years also, it will not get completed, trust me. That every technology is like that only. Is that clear? Yes, no? What is this Rohit saying? What is Rohit saying? ETL in Azure Databricks. I mean, PySpark is needed every time or for ETL in Azure Databricks. No, it depends, Rohit. It depends upon project to project. Okay. In some projects, they will use Azure Data Factory for ETL. They will use Azure Data Factory for ETL. Okay. In some projects, they will use Databricks as an ETL. So it depends upon the project architecture. Okay, how your cloud architect has designed the architecture of your project, accordingly you will go for it. Mostly we use Databricks, okay, for Python scripting. We use Databricks to read the data from various sources, okay, and fulfill the project requirements. Okay, and ADF is very much handy as compared to Azure Databricks, because in ADF most of the things we are doing with the activities only. For each activity, select activity, okay, copy data activity, right, get metadata activity. Okay, it's not specific. In every project we are using Databricks only to do ETL things. It's not like this. Also in every project we are using Azure Data Factory only to do ETL things. It depends upon project to project. Even Azure Synapse also they can use. Azure Synapse Analytics, if you guys remember, in the previous classes also I have told, okay, Azure Synapse Analytics is a very new technology, very new technology. This technology is not become that much famous as Data Factory and Databricks, but going forward definitely it will be. So Azure Synapse Analytics is also absolutely compatible, okay, to use and to work as an ETL also. Because I have shown, right, in Azure Synapse Analytics also we are having complete separate area, separate section for our pipelines, which is same like ADF only. How many of you have remembered that I have shown in the last classes in Azure Synapse Analytics? Can I get the responses? No one has remembered. Are you guys referring this video recordings? Yes, no? Are you guys referring the video recordings? You are getting the video recordings on daily basis, right? Okay, good, good. Thank you, guys. So see here, guys. Asha, one more thing that I would like to tell. Okay, see, tomorrow we are not having class. Tomorrow we are having holiday. Okay, Naresh IT. okay, has given holiday tomorrow, okay, for Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, for Ganesh Chaturthi, we are having holiday tomorrow. Okay, next class will be on Monday. Sunday, anyhow, we'll take off. Okay, next class is on Monday. Okay, so Naresh IT has declared holiday tomorrow because of Ganesh Chaturthi festival. Okay, so next class is on Monday. Okay, just I am telling this if I have forgot this at the end of the class. Fine, all right. So what I will do, instead of creating the cluster in Azure portal that we have done already yesterday, I will show you how we can create a cluster in Community Edition. It is of free of cost. Okay, if you create Databricks cluster in Community Edition, it is free of cost. Okay, if we are creating now in the interviews, they might ask what they will ask in the interview. Okay, suppose if you are approaching as a fresher, or if you are approaching as 2 years experience, 3 years experience, then they will ask you, okay, how you have done your hands on, how where you have done the practice. Okay, if you said that I have done this in Azure portal, then simply they will say that, okay, in Azure portal Databricks cluster is not supported. It will be supported, but that is very rare. With single node it will be supported. That also I will show you how it is possible to create the Databricks cluster in Azure portal, but that is very rare, guys. It is something like, it may happen or it may not happen. Okay, in the interview, if they ask like where you have done the hands-on kind of stuff, you can say here, I have done the hands-on, I have done the practice in Community Edition. This is the platform, okay, where it will be provided for learners, faculties, first timers, okay, to explore the knowledge in Azure Databricks using the Community Edition. Using the Community Edition, this you can say in the interviews. So it means, it reflects that yes, you have done the hands-on, you are having a hands-on knowledge. Okay, see guys, whatever I am teaching, believe me, at your level it is more than sufficient. Okay, I'm not sure about the people who are projecting 10 plus years of experience, 14 years of experience. Okay, might be it is something different scenario for them, or for the people who are having 4 to 5 years of experience also. 4 to 5 years of experience, smartly what they can do, I'll give the tips here. What they can do, okay, say that, okay, you are having, out of, suppose let us say you are having 5 years of experience. Assume you are having 5 years of experience. Assume you are having 5 years of experience. What you can do smartly, okay, say that you are having, okay, 3 plus years of experience, okay, in some other technologies, okay, and past from 2 years, you are working as Azure data engineer. So what happens here, you will get the package of 5 years experience candidate only as an Azure data engineer. Also your interview will become easy because expectation is for 2 years only for you. Previous technologies, some other technologies, you can say anything here. Anyhow, they are not going to take the interview on these old technologies. If you say, you can say here, I have worked as SSIS. Okay, I have worked in SSAS. I have worked in Informatica. Like this, you can say. Like this, you can say. So what happens here? Here, total 5 years experience will be considered, and the interview will be taken as 2 year candidate only. The interview will be taken for you as 2 years candidate only, because you have said that out of 5 years, 3 plus years you have worked in other technologies. You want to upgrade yourself. You are curious to learn new technologies. With that, I have learned Azure Data Engineering, where I have learned a lot of cloud services, which is being exclusively provided by Microsoft for data engineers. And that cloud services I have worked, and I have explored, I have worked in this so and so project. Like this, you can tell if you are genuinely having 5 years of experience from any company. Okay, this can work out for, okay, 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. Don't say you're having total 5 years experience in Azure data engineer. If you say your total 5 years experience in Azure data engineer, then your interview will be very tough. And to be honest, I'm telling you guys, genuinely no one is having 5 years of experience in Azure data engineer. Okay, people started working in Azure cloud technologies, okay, ADF, Databricks and all, maybe from 3 4 years, I can say. Maybe from 3 4 years, not more than that. No one is having, okay, exposure of 5+ years in Azure data engineering, Azure data engineering. This is the techniques that you can use in the interviews. Even I do the same thing, guys. Believe me, I do the same thing. I have also learned this from my seniors only, the people who are working as cloud architect and all. Okay, this is what the techniques we use in the interviews. Okay, if you are an absolute fresher, okay, you don't have any experience on the paper from any company, then you project yourself as fresher only, no problem. Okay, is that clear? Okay, 5 years of work experience. So I hope you, Rohit, it is clear to you now, right? Yes, no? Okay. All right, guys. Fine. So what I'll do now, I will just log into the community edition. See, I have saved this like favorites. Okay, I have saved this like favorites. I'll click on the community edition. Okay. So this is what the user ID I have given. This is the password I have given. Simply say sign in. You also do the same way, guys. How to register in the community edition I have shown yesterday. In the last classes also, I have shown yesterday also I have shown. Refer the video recordings. Once you have registered, then save it in your favorite, something like this. Then there is no need for you to register again and again. Whenever you are registering, it is asking for new mail ID. That is very painful. So that's why, okay, once you reset the password, okay, then save this link in your favorites. Then simply say here sign in. It will give you a login here. It will give you a login to your community edition. See, okay, community.cloud.databricks.com. Okay, fine. This you have got it. Now, here you are not having much luxury. Okay, as compared to Azure portal, you are not having much luxury here. That lot of options that you are going to see: single node, multi node, photon acceleration, okay, auto enable, and node configuration, node family. Lot of things we have seen yesterday. Here you are not having that much luxury because this platform is giving you a, okay, opportunity to create and work on the Databricks cluster free of cost. That's why it is not giving you that much luxury. It will simply allow you to create one cluster in Azure Databricks, and then you can start doing the practice. So I click on compute here. I click on compute. Okay. So just hold on. It is loading. Yeah, Shilpa. It is free of cost now. So things will be like this only. You have to bear. You have to bear because it's free of cost anyhow. Luckily we are getting an opportunity to at least to practice. Trust me, other technologies, if you go for SAP technologies, guys, we are having SAP SAP FICO, SAP HANA, like these technologies. When you are learning now, there is no option for you to, there is no way for you to practice, for you to learn in free trials or in free platforms like this, how we are getting. At least Microsoft is giving this alternate, or we are having for Microsoft technology this alternate. The people who are learning SAP technologies, they have to purchase, they have to pay the money. There is no other option for them. At least something we are getting. Okay, all right. So see, guys, this is the cluster I have created previously. So this cluster will not get started. Okay, if I click here, it will get failed. So what I'll do, better I'll delete this cluster. I'll delete this cluster and create a new cluster here. Click on create compute and I'll create a new cluster. So why it is not getting started? This is the problem. In not problem, I can say we are not having the permission. In community edition, we are not having the permission to start the cluster. Fine, no problem. I'll simply delete this cluster. You also do the same thing. Each and everything I'm showing, guys. Okay. So see, the cluster got deleted now. I'll say a create compute and I'll create a new cluster. I'm creating a new cluster. So see, notice here, when you are creating a cluster in community edition, is it asking you, it is giving you something here other than the cluster name and runtime version? If you deploy cluster in Azure portal, lot of things that you can decide, lot of things that you are having to go for: single node, multi node, photon acceleration, lot of things are there. If I show you here portal.azure.com, if I click here, Okay. Uh, Databricks workspace. I think I have provision one here. Yeah, this is Databricks workspace. Launch the workspace here. This is my cloud portal. This is my cloud portal, Azure portal. Okay. How can you recognize which is Azure portal, which is community edition? See here on the top. See, it is showing here community.cloud.databricks. Clearly, it is giving here community.cloud.databricks here. Whereas here, it is something different. Okay, something different. Okay, getting. I click on compute here. I'll say here, okay, create compute. When you say here create compute, see lot of options you are having here: policy, multi-node, single node, access mode, runtime, photon acceleration, okay, node configuration, minimum number of nodes, how much you want, maximum number of nodes, how much you want, okay, for master node and for driver node, what is the configurations you want, you can select here as per your choice. Auto scaling, enable or disable, terminate the cluster, lot of options. Whereas here no options is there, nothing, only it is giving you a choice to pass the cluster name. Runtime version it is giving you, whichever you want you can select and simply say here create compute. That's it. Rest of the other things it is not there. Okay, still fine, no problem. Our intention here is to work on the notebooks, work on the Python scripts, right? So now it is creating a cluster. Now it is creating a cluster. Okay, so just hold on, let the cluster gets created here. Okay, see, you have to completely target here on this circle. Okay, fine. On the circle you have to target here. So if it is succeeded, you will get a green check mark. If it is failed, you will get a red cross mark. Okay, mostly it will not be failed. So the cluster is getting provisioned. Fine. See, now we can see that the cluster got provisioned successfully. The cluster here got provisioned successfully. This is fine. Okay. So now go to workspace here. Okay. Say here create, and you can create a notebook here. You can create a notebook. You can create a folder also. Inside the folder, you can keep the notebook. That also I will show. Okay. That also I will show. You guys asked me to show the previous classes what we have done. That's why I'm showing the previous classes lectures again. Okay. Other concepts also I'm going to show you in the Databricks, how to onboard the users, how to create the folders hierarchies, how to set up the notebooks inside that folders, and there is some other Python labs also we are going to do going forward. Okay, so first the previous classes, what you guys have asked me to repeat it again, that I'll show first. The other topics, the new topics on Databricks, will cover up in the upcoming classes. Fine, very simple. Workspace, create here and say a notebook. Okay, so this is the notebook you have created. Okay, click here, and if you're having 2 3 4 clusters, okay, let us take for an example, this is my cluster 1. If I create here one more cluster, let us take cluster 2. Okay, in real-time projects you might be having some 4 5 6 8 10 clusters. Okay, see, it is not allowing me actually. See, create compute is disabled. Why it is disabled? You have reached the maximum number of active clusters. Please terminate an existing cluster or upgrade to a larger plan. So what it is saying, okay, Babu, you are working on free community edition. Okay, you're not having that luxury to create multiple clusters. That is what it is saying, and it is disable the create compute button for me. See here, the message is very clear. Correct or not, guys? So here in real-time projects, firstly, you are not going to work here in real-time projects in community edition. You are going to work in Azure portal only. Why I'm showing here? Because every student is not having the paid subscription, na guys. Then where they have to practice, this is the alternate for them. This is the alternate for them. Okay. All right. So I'll go to workspace. Okay. I'll create a new notebook. Okay. I'll connect the notebook to the cluster one. Okay, this is the cluster one. See, are you sure you want to switch compute resource? This will clear the state of this notebook. Say here confirm. Now it is been connected to our cluster one. Notebook one, anything you want, you can give your choice. I'll say here notebook one. Okay. And then there are very basic Python scripts that will start from. Okay. In our Databricks for Python scripting. Okay. I'll just close this document. I will come here. I will go here. I will go to Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineering. Okay. Study material updated. Okay. I'll say here Azure Databricks. What is the page number, guys? Did anyone remember the page number for Databricks? Data Factory. Okay, fine. This is Azure Databricks. Okay, this is all we have seen yesterday. Steps I have given here. Okay, and now from here, right? Community edition. We have deployed a cluster in the community edition. That is what I am showing from here. All right. This is the details that we have to register. Okay. Simple basic scripts I'm starting from. Very basic script. If you want to know the version of your Spark, okay, in your Databricks cluster, this is the script you can use. The version of your Python, this is the script you have to use. Very simple commands. Very simple commands. See, this is the commands. I will paste it here. These commands I'm pasting here. Okay. I'll say here run. Okay, it will give me what Spark version the Databricks cluster is using and what Python version the Databricks cluster is using. It is showing me this one. Okay, now you have to remember this command. Now you have to remember this command. Okay, to know the Spark version and Python version. Okay, in your Databricks cluster, these commands you have to remember. There is no other way. Okay, fine. This is what I am showing. In Azure Databricks cluster, Spark support 4 types of different languages or APIs. What is that? The different APIs it will support is Python. This is default. By default, you will get it will support SQL. It will support Scala. It will support R programming also. Okay, so now you don't know Python. Let us say for an instance. You don't know Python at all. Okay, still there is no problem because in Databricks cluster you are having a wonderful opportunity. You're having a wonderful opportunity to write the SQL scripts and complete your tasks. Many people are surviving with that only. Okay, basic level Python script up to some extent you can handle. Okay, but if very complicated Python script is required, okay, then there is no need for you to bother. You can do the same with SQL scripts also. SQL is very common. Out of 100, 95, 90 people knows SQL. So that is wonderful opportunity, wonderful feature we are having that you can even write the SQL scripts also. Just you have to change the API. Here you have to change the API. Okay. and then you can write the SQL scripts. Automatically, your notebook will understand the SQL script and it will give you the outputs. Correct or not, guys? So in the interviews, they will ask you what they will ask, what APIs you have used, what API you have used in the Databricks cluster notebooks. Okay, so you can say here sometimes Python, sometimes SQL. You can say depends upon the requirement, depends upon the team standard. I have used two APIs. Okay, Python and SQL. If you say Scala, I don't know, no problem, fine. If you say R programming, I don't know, fine, no problem. Because I told very clearly, right? In the project, it is not something you are going to use all the four APIs. Okay, Python, SQL. This is the mostly used I have seen in the projects. This is the mostly used I have seen in the project. Scala is very rare language that very rare the people knows this, and R programming, this will be used by machine learning people, data science people, okay, the people who are working on data analytics, okay, and all, they will use this one. Azure data engineers, SQL, Python. In these two also, mostly SQL is everyone is comfortable with. Everyone is comfortable with SQL. Correct or not? Because SQL is a very old programming language. SQL launched, I think, in the 1990s only. Okay, see, I'm getting an error because I have changed the API to SQL. I'll make the API back to Python. Automatically, this error will go and you can run the cell. Either you can click here to run the cell, or else you say here Shift Enter together. In your keypad, type, hit Shift Enter together at one go. See, you are getting the output. If not, simply click here, run cell. That's it. So it is giving you the output. It is giving you the output. Okay, if you want to run multiple cells in one shot, then say here run all. Say here run all. Okay, fine. So this is what the article we have referred. This is what the article we have referred for our Databricks labs, if you guys remember, right? This is the article, okay, from where we are taking the Python scripts to practice the Databricks. Correct? Yes or no, guys? Have you guys remember? Yes, no? Did you guys practice this from the last video recordings? Did you guys get a time to practice this? Yes, no? Who has practiced? Honestly, tell me. Okay, Shilpa has done. Okay, very good, Shilpa. What about others? Have you guys gone through the video recordings of the previous classes? Mitrunjay, okay, very good. Manju, okay. So, did you guys able to execute the scripts? What all the scripts we have written from this article? Okay, from these articles, there are many scripts we have practiced, right? This one, this ones. Did you guys getting the outputs properly, or you are getting an errors? Yes, no? Dhananjay, okay, you are getting all the outputs. You are getting an errors. What errors you are getting, Manju? You, if you can remember, you can tell me. See, guys, I'll tell you one thing here. See, when you are practicing the Python scripts in Databricks, when you are practicing, okay, in Databricks, when you are practicing the Python scripts, okay, please ensure that it is even case sensitive also. Okay, simple mistakes. Okay, very minute mistakes also. Okay, mistakes also throws an error. Throws an errors. So I request you to please give 200% attention when you are doing the labs. Technical things are like this only. Technical things are like this only. Okay, not only this technology. Any technology you take, okay, it is like this only. There is no room for errors in any technology. There is no room for exception. It's not something like, okay, small mistake, small thing, Okay, now it's only small thing only, now it's work fine, it will go on. No, if it's go on also, it will give you the wrong output, remember. If it executed also, it will give you the wrong output. In practice, in your learning, in your hands on, it is fine, but in projects it will not work out. That's why every time we'll set up the reviewer. In our real time projects, we'll set up the reviewer every time. Okay, someone in your team, like your senior, your team lead, or your technical manager, or your what I can say here, someone your onshore manager, okay, who is a technical side, they will review your code, and then finally the code will get a, okay, the code will get into the practice for production servers and dev and QA, whatever it is, depends upon the project. Okay, fine. So if you see carefully, okay, if you see carefully, these errors will not come. Yeah, there is no issue when following the URL, right? So, yeah. So sometimes some mistakes also do happen. We all are human beings, guys. We all are human beings. Sometimes some comma, some quotation, some full stop, some colon, some bracket will get missed. Okay, even I do mistakes. I think in ADF, I think I have done one or two mistakes also. Then when the pipeline gets failed, I have done the troubleshooting debugging. It will throw an error automatically. There is no chance it will get executed. Then we can correct it. Okay, all right. So this is what the Spark versions. Okay, plus Scala versions if you want. Simple script, copy here, paste it in your notebook, and keep it and run it. It is giving you the versions. Okay, see some error it is showing. Println is not defined. Okay, I think it is Scala script. This is Scala script. Okay, so if I come here, I'll say here Scala. Okay, I'll run this one. Okay, I change here the API to Scala and I ran the script. It is taking a little bit time here. In community edition, it is little time consuming, guys. Okay, now see, I got it. I got the output. So how I got an idea? This is Scala script. How I got an idea? This you will get with time. With time and experience, you will get this idea. With time and experience, you will get this idea. See, initially what I have done, I have taken this API, Python API I have taken, it got failed. Immediately, it got clicked me. No, this is not a Python script, this is Scala. Then I changed this to Scala API and I ran the cell. Now I got the output. So this idea you will get with time and experience, guys. With time and experience, you will get it. It's not something you will get it overnight. In one night, you will not get like this. It will take time. See, I have struggled. I have worked in different requirements of the project. I have seen different type of issues. I have, sit on some issues which is, for one day, 2 day, I have tried to fix that. So with that struggle, I got that knowledge. That's why it immediately clicked me and I have changed the API. It got executed. So might be you are not getting this idea. So if you're not getting this idea, it's not your fault. It will come with time and experience. Maybe after 2 years, 3 years, you will also will get this kind of maturity slowly. Okay, fine, guys. Is that clear? This I am executing. Already I have shown this in the last classes as it's been requested from the people. That's why I'm showing it again. Okay, fine. Now in single notebook, we can use Python, Scala, SQL, R programming. This I have told just now. Same thing I'm writing in the material also. Based upon the requirement, only we must choose at the top right whatever we want, whatever API we want. Python libraries we are using and dealing with Spark with Python notebook. That's why we name it as what PySpark. What I'm saying here, see, dealing with Spark within Python notebooks. That's why we call it as what? PySpark. Okay. Now, this is the real demo now. Implementation steps to read the .csv file from Python notebook in Azure Databricks. So what I'm trying to say here, okay, you got a requirement in your project saying that from so and so platform, there is one platform, and in that platform, some file is uploaded, CSV file. Okay, using Azure Databricks Python scripts, read the file data. Got a requirement using the Azure Databricks, okay, write the Python script to read the data from the file which is uploaded in so and so platform. That is what this demo is for. Create Azure Databricks. Okay, that is all ready here for us, right? Databricks is ready. Cluster is also ready. Notebook is also we have created. That is fine. Launch the workspace, create the cluster. All these things we have done. Correct or not, guys? After the cluster got created, click on plus new notebook and ensure Python selected at the top. See, even this also I'm mentioning. Okay, ensure Python selected at the top. Python selected at the top means where? Python selected at the top means here. I'll say here new cell. Just click on this plus code. Okay, I'm creating a new cell and Python is selected at the top. This API you have to ensure. That's what I'm saying here. Paste the below code as shown in image. This code we can get from above link. Above link means which link? This link. Above link means this link. Okay, fine. Paste the below code shown in the image. Okay, this we can get from the above link and click on the run cell. Okay, so what I am going to do now, this code I'll take it. Okay, what is this code? I'll explain 1 minute. Let me take the code here. Okay, now guys, see here, I can tell you one thing. This code, if you see, we are exclusively writing this code to get the file data from the portal, to get the file data from the portal. Okay, I'll copy this code, carefully copy and paste it. Okay, import requests. Okay, I'm using this import library. Okay, and it's my request. I'm saying here, I'm declaring a variable here R. What I'm using here method request.get, from where I have to get the file and data from this platform. From this platform. The platform is up to here, and in this website platform, whatever you want, you can say this is the file uploaded, and now my plan is to read this file data. Small Python script only. It's not a big Python script, small Python script only. So as an Azure data engineer, you will use small Python scripts, this much only. You are not going to write 50 lines, 100 lines Python scripts. Please understand. 50 lines, 100 lines Python scripts will be written by Python developers who are working on Python projects, web application projects. Any web project which is being developed using Python technology, they will write very big code. As an Azure data engineer, max to max, you will write some 8 to 10 lines of codes only. 3 to 4 lines of code, 8 to 10, 5 to 6, depends upon. But one thing I can ensure that I have never seen in my project that we are writing 100 lines of Python codes because to just to get the data, to read the file data, or to push the file, to mount the file, to attach the file, to extract the data and all. We will not write 100 lines of Python code. Okay, fine. Then I am saying that, okay, this is the method I am using, okay, to get the file, okay, from this website, from this portal, whatever you can say. Then df is what? It's a virtual table I'm declaring here, and I'm trying to use this method. Okay, spark.read.csv. We are writing here Python script, right? Read.csv. Why I'm saying here CSV method? Because my file is in CSV format. I'm saying here read. I want to read this file data. That's I'm saying here spark.read.csv. Okay, sc parallelize r.text split lines, header equal to true. The file is having header. Okay, infer schema is also true. File is having schema as well. And then whatever the value has been assigned to this variable, to this virtual table df, finally display that one using the display method. Using the display method, you can see the data in your Databricks itself here only from this file. Okay, so after passing this, I am explaining the code here. See, all this code I am explaining. Okay, fine. I'll say here now run. I'm expecting a data to be populated here. Okay, from this file, and this file is here uploaded in this platform, in this website. Okay, just hold on. It is executing the Spark jobs. Internally, many things it will do. Okay, So our focus is just to ensure that the data is getting populated. Ah, super. See, the data got populated successfully. The file is having this data. That data we are able to see here in our Databricks. Now, in interviews, you can say that, okay, I have written a Python script where we can read the data, okay, from the CSV file, upload it in so and so platform, time series platform. Now here you have to remember these methods: spark.read.csv, request.get. Okay, in order to get the file from any platform, what method you have used, then you have to tell here request.get. In order to read the data from the file, this method you have used, you have to tell this one. This we have to remember. And finally, to display the data, to present the data, to see the data, display method I have used in the Python, you can say here in the interviews. Getting guys, is that clear or not? Okay. So for this one, Manju, it will take time. It will take time. When you work upon different requirements and all, slowly your logic will build up. Yes, correct. Manju, you are correct. Okay. I'll show Shilpa. I'll show. Okay. What all libraries that I have worked upon, I'll show. No problem. Fine. This is what a demo where we have read the file directly from the external platform. From the external platform. Now, what I'll do here, I'll connect my Databricks. Okay, this is my Databricks now. I'll connect my Databricks to the blob storage and I'll try to read the file from the blob storage account. This scenario is different. Okay, last scenario. Okay, we read the file from the external platform. Right now, I will connect my Databricks to the blob storage account. I will upload the file inside the blob storage account and will try to read the file data from the storage account. We'll try to read the file data. Where is this file? In the blob storage account. In the blob storage account. This scenario is different. This scenario is different. This scenario is different. Here we have read the file data from the external platform. Here we are reading the file and file data from the blob storage account. First we'll mount the blob storage account, okay, to our Azure Databricks cluster, and then we'll try to read the file and we'll try to display the data of the file in Azure Databricks only. Okay, this is what our second step, connecting to blob storage account from Azure Databricks cluster for mounting the directory. Okay, so create a blob storage account container inside the storage account. Create Azure Databricks launch workspace. Okay, at first I'll create a storage account. I think I'm having storage account. Let me go here. I'm having two storage accounts, but how to recognize the storage account is blob or data lake gen 2? How to recognize, guys? Who can tell me? I've shown this in the storage classes. Storage services classes, I have told how to recognize the storage account is blob storage account or data lake storage account. Who can tell me how we can recognize the storage account is blob or data lake? How we can recognize? Who can tell me? No one? Seriously, no one remember? Guys, I'm audible. Okay, so what is the hint? Okay, for data lake hierarchy is enabled. That is at the time of creation of the storage account. Okay, no. What you guys are saying, this is at the time of the storage account. We'll say here, okay, Enable hierarchical namespace, we'll check. After the storage account gets deployed, how you can say whether that is blob storage account or data lake storage account? How you can say? After the storage account gets deployed, here for blob storage account, you will see here blob storage. For data lake storage account, you will see here data lake storage. Very simple, very simple. Hierarchical namespace is enabled for data lake storage, or for blob storage, it will be disabled. I'll go to home, I'll create a storage account. I'm getting a blob storage account. Quickly, I'll create the blob storage account, guys. Okay. I'll take this one. I'll say here my SA 1921. Any storage account name you can choose. I'm trying to create blob storage account or data lake into storage account. Either of one, either this one or this one. Any one storage account I'm creating. So see, when we have done the storage classes on that time, these features are not there. Now Microsoft Azure has updated the features little bit here and there. So Microsoft is keep on upgrading the cloud services. It's keep on upgrading the cloud services. That is what we are seeing. Did you guys remember when we discussed this cloud storage services in the month of June, these features was not there. Now we can see these features, right? So primary workloads, I'll go for, okay, backup and archive. Anything you can choose here. I'm creating a standard storage account. I'll go for LRS because it will charge a little less for me. Okay, I'll check these two boxes. If you say here now enable hierarchical namespace checkbox, it will become data lake storage. If you uncheck this one, then it will become blob storage. Fine. Rest of the things I'll leave it to default. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll create the storage account. Okay, so let me get the storage account here first. Click on create. Let the storage account gets provisioned here, guys. Okay, fine. The storage account got provisioned. See, this is blob. Click here and then say here container, give it as my container. Click on create. This is what I'm saying here. Okay, so blob storage account and create a container inside the storage account. Okay, Databricks we have created. We have launched the workspace, create a cluster. Cluster is also ready. All things are ready here for us. Notebook is also there. I'll say here hide result so that I can launch the new cell. This is the new cell I'm launching. Okay. Get a storage account, access keys, and containers. Okay. Inside the storage account as shown below as an example. Okay. So it's very simple. I will go here. This is my storage account name. Okay. Storage account name. And then container name is this one, mycon. Container name, my container, and storage account key. For key, you say here access keys. Access keys. Search here, click on access key, say here show key, copy the key here and paste it in a notepad. Storage account key. Fine. Get these details in a notepad. Okay. After that, next step, what it is asking you. Now from the above link, copy the entire code, To set up the file access, you need to do this and paste in the PySpark notebook cell and make the change accordingly as per the storage account name, container name, and access keys. Okay, so you just come here to our article and copy this complete code. Copy this complete code. Say here from the end. Okay, up to here. No, up to here. Okay, very big code actually. Many comments are there actually in this code. If you see here, there are many comments mentioned. The other ways is also there to mount the storage account. That also I will show in the upcoming classes. Okay, so container name I have to pass here. Storage account name I have to pass here. Storage account access keys I am going to pass here. This is what account key. Okay, fs.azure account key blob.code.windows.net. What is our storage account? Blob storage account. That's why we are calling it as blob.code.windows.net. And formats that we are trying to mount our Databricks cluster with storage account. That's why I'm passing a storage account. Okay, what is this code we are using? Set the credentials to Spark configuration. Okay, our Spark notebook, this notebook, okay, should get the credentials, okay, from this Azure portal where we have created the storage account. Where is this one? This is in our community edition platform. This is in Azure cloud platform. That's why we are passing this one. It will read the values, okay, for account key and all what we are passing here. Okay, fine. Then what is this code is for? What is this code is for? See, set the access keys also in Spark context to be able to access blob in RDD. Okay, Hadoop configuration options set using Spark config set are not accessible via Spark content. Okay, so this is the code basically we are writing here. Okay, to get the account key, access keys, what we want to mount and set for our storage account in our Azure cloud platform. Here we are mounting the storage account. Mount the drive for the native Python. This is what the code we are using. Here nothing is required for us to change. Okay, everything is there set up for us. Only these configurations, these changes you have to do. You can run the cell and you will see the output here. That's the storage account has been mounted to our Databricks notebook, to our Databricks notebook. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll pass the container name. Container name is my container. I'll just say here my container. Storage account name is this one. I'm passing this storage account name. Access keys is this one. I'm passing the access keys. Don't miss even a single character, guys. If you miss even a single character, it will be fail for you. I'll simply say here run cell. Once I say here run cell, then see I got that mounting is been completed. Okay, it has not thrown any error. Mounting is been completed. So it has mounted our storage account, okay, to this container name my container. See, this is what our container name inside the storage account. If you see, if I go here, blob services, see, this is my con. This is what we are seeing here. Okay, and it is saying that directory mycon already mounted. It is done now. This is primarily needed, okay, so that we can read the data from the storage account and container what we have uploaded. See, in our container we are going to keep the file, right? In this container, my container, right, we are going to keep the file. Okay, and from here we have to read the file now. So that's why we have to mount this storage account my SA 1921 with this container my container. That is what we have done. Okay, next what I'll do here. Okay, this is we have got, see, same output we have got. Click on extreme right top knob in the cell body and run the Python code inside the cell by clicking on run cell, and we'll see the output as below. Exactly the same output we have got. Carbon copy. Okay, fine. This is what it is. Now next is what? Reading the file. Reading the file data. Continuation of this demo only. Continuation of this demo only. Okay, So what I'll do here, blob storage account we have created, container we have created. Now we'll upload this file inside the container so that we can read the data. So come here, say here upload. Inside this container, I'm uploading the file. Browse for files. I will go here to Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineering. Where it is, sample files for ADF demos. Here I think I'm having, yeah, USD to euros. This is the file I'm uploading inside my storage account container. Okay, the file has been uploaded. Okay, okay, 1 minute, Manju, just hold on. Fine, this is what I have uploaded, the file as per the step what it is being written. This is continuation, guys. This demo, okay, part 1, this is part 2, continuation of the same demo only. Create Azure Databricks, launch workspace, create cluster. All this we have done already. All these things are ready for us here. Workspace, cluster, all these things is ready. I'll just simply launch a new cell, create a notebook and paste the code. Get the code from the above link and also as shown below inside the cell and run the code. What I am doing now, I am writing this Python script to read the file data. This time, where is the file? This time, the file is in the storage account. Okay. This time, the file is inside the storage account, not on any external platform. Okay. So for that, what I will do, I'll write this code. I'll take this code. Fine. Okay. I'll take this code. I'll take this code. I'll paste it. What I'm doing here in this code. Okay. What I'll do now. See what I'm doing here in this code. I'm explaining. Okay. This is one of the methods we are having. Okay. WASBS. Windows, Azure. Okay. Storage. Some full form is there. Just hold on. I'll just tell you what is the full form here. That is one of the methods we are having in our Python script. Just hold on. I'll let you know that method. I have forgotten the full form of that method. I've written WASBS. Yeah, Windows Azure Storage Blob Service. WASBS. All the full forms I have written here like this. See guys, this is my learning. This is also my learning. Okay, see here, WASBS is one of the method. Windows Azure Storage Blob Services. Why I am taking this one WASBS method? Because my storage account is what? Blob. I'm having what? Blob storage account, blob storage services. That's why I'm consuming this method, WASBS. Now, in the interview, if they ask, okay, if you are required to read the file data to get the file from the blob storage account, which method you consume in your Python script, then you can say here WASBS. And what is it? It is Windows Azure Storage Blob Services. Okay, Windows Azure Storage Blob Services, blob.code.windows.net, because it's a blob storage account. Okay, format is what? The file is inside the container is inside the storage account, and inside the storage account and container we are having this file. Correct na? Check the file name, USD underscore to underscore euros.csv. USD underscore to underscore euros.csv. Okay, then I'm defining a virtual table, df spark.read.format. I'm saying that now I am going to read the file which is in CSV format, spark.read.format, and load it. Where I'm loading the file data completely into this virtual table, df. Okay, input file path header equal to true, infer schema equal to true. Loading this completely into this df, and then finally using the display method to get the data populated here, to display the data. So obviously now the data got loaded using the load method. The data got loaded here into this df. Okay, df, and finally using the display method. Okay, we are calling this virtual table df or variable, whatever you can say, and it will display the data. Okay, see now I'm expecting the data to be populated here. So this time what we have done, we have read the file from the blob storage account. Okay, in our last lab, we have read the file from the external website. So like this kind of different scenarios, guys, different scenarios you will come across in your real-time projects. I'll show other scenarios also. Like this, many things are there in Databricks. Okay, some scenarios, some requirements that what we frequently get in our real-time projects to read the data, to get the, here you can get the trends also. If you want, you can get the trends. See here, if I say here, you can go for visualization of the data. Okay, here you are doing the data visualization also. See how the currency rate euros to US, how it is showing you for last 20 years. Last 20 years, how was the trend? Okay, how the market for euros to US currency, how was the conversion rate? That is what is showing here. Now, this one you can save and then, you can give it to your higher management and all. See, this is the visualization got saved here in your Databricks. This is what data engineers will do in the real-time projects. I'm taking this file, might be you will get some other file, some other data, some other storage account, okay, some other portal, depends upon. But the way of doing the procedure is same only. Now, you might be getting a doubt here, sir, how I have to write this code? I'm not getting this one. So with practice, slowly you will get the logic built. Is it clear or not? See, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, when you are, see, initially when you are riding a bike, when you riding a bike for the first time, do you get the idea when to change the gear? Do you get the idea on the first time itself only when to change the gear, when to put first gear, second gear, third gear? Do you get this idea on the first time only? No, no. When you ride the bikes, when you ride the bike, okay, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, slowly, automatically you will get this idea when to change the gear, when to put the higher gear, when to put the lower gear. Same applies with car driving also. This is skill. This is skill actually. The same way, if you are getting an idea, sir, this is I could not able to, how should I get this idea? I could not able to write. Then in the sense, practice it, practice it, practice it. Slowly the logic will build. This is the trends that you can go with. Okay, you can share it with your higher management. You can say that this is the trends and all. Variety of things you can do here. Okay, like see, getting these trends, designing all these plots and all, it's not our job. Data scientist people will do. Data scientist people will do. See, it is getting down. If you want, it will get downloaded here in the form of the file if you want it. Multiple options you are having. Okay, remove, duplicate, rename, edit, etc., etc. If you want to get some other trends also, you can say here for visualization, data profile. Okay, mostly see guys, this data profile and all these things will give you mean, median values. Okay, mean, median values and all that stuff. Okay, fine. So this is what it will generate the data for you. Actually, the data is very huge. It will take a huge time. Yeah, see, we got the values here. Okay, fine. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. So see, guys, what the data we are having inside the file, it is okay. Databricks is directly giving us all the values. So this is mostly relevant, helpful for machine learning people. What is the standard deviation value? Okay, and what is the minimum value? What is the mean value? Okay, data science people will get this trends and they will take up some decision, some forecastination also they can do based upon the data. So this is not our job. This is not our job. Still, just I am showing here. Okay, fine. Is that clear? This is what how it is. Okay. If you want to simply see the data in the form of a table, click here. Plain data you are getting in the form of a table. If you want to see the data in the form of a graphs, multiple trends, okay, that you will get it here. If you want something new trend also, you can get the visualization again. You can get the new trend and data profiling also here you can see. Okay, so your job is up to get the data. Yes, it is readable. It is getting. It's done. And this data further you can load it into some destination. You can load it into some destination. That could be your data lake storage services also. That could be your data lake storage services also. Okay, guys, is that clear? This is how it is. These commands are absolutely case sensitive. See, that also I have written, guys. Everything I have written in the material. See, clearly I have written the note. These commands are absolute case sensitive. Okay, I have told here just now. Somewhere I have told you have to give 200% attention when you are doing the lab. Somewhere I have written here the point, right? Where it was, see, technical things are like this only. Okay, the same thing I have mentioned here. These commands are absolutely case sensitive. So while typing these commands in cluster notebook, we have to give 100% attention with uppercase and lower cases also. Okay, click on plus as shown in the below image, and here we can do the data visualization and multiple types of charts, line chart, bar chart, area chart, pie chart, etc. that you can get it, and can also apply various filters on it accordingly as per the requirement. Visualization and data profiling. That is what I have shown here. If I come, okay, see, this is what visualization, this is what data profiling. This is what one visualization. If you want another visualization also, another type of graph, but you can change it here. Can get it in pie chart, area chart, business relationship manager. You know, guys, BRM, business relationship managers are the people who will work with the client. They will give you these inputs, how they want the graphs. Okay, what is been expected, in which way the graph is more understandable and all. So the data is huge actually. There is a lot of data. That's why it got stuck. Okay. So if you're working in paid subscription, we are working here in community edition, free of cost. If you work in paid subscription, the performance will be good and all. But anyhow, it's something. See, pie chart is not suitable. We're not understanding anything with pie chart. So this chart is not suitable to get the trends. So line chart is better. This charts which we have to take and all, this will be given the inputs by you to with your business relationship manager. BRMs will give these inputs in your real-time projects. No need to worry. Together with different people, you will work in your project. You are not going to work alone independent as. Getting it got stuck very badly. It got stuck very badly because the file is actually very big. It's having a huge data. See how many rows the file is having. 6,663 rows are there. 6,663 records are there. Okay, these are some methods. These are some methods I have given, and this methods is what for Python scripting. Okay, print schema. What is this method is used for? Method or command. This command shows the schema of CSV file. Okay, what is this one? Describe.show. Describe.show. Df describe.show. This command shows the aggregate values of the file records, like how many total records are there in the file, what is the mean value, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the standard deviation value. All these things it will show you. These are all what Python commands, Python methods. In the interviews, you can say that these methods I have used, these methods I know. Okay, df.head, this command shows only top 5 records. Whatever the number we pass here, that many records it will display. If they ask in the interview, like, if you want to read only the top 10 records of your file, top 50 records of your file in Azure Databricks using Python scripting, what method you use, what command you execute, then you guys can say these commands. Is that clear? Getting me or not? It got stuck, guys. It got stuck. It's not taking any action. Is that clear? How to load the data? Normally, we use ADF to read the data. Read the data from the source, and then read and generate the trends. Okay, if you want me to load the data, that I can show in the real-time project that we are going to do, right? That I'll show in the real-time project. Normally in Databricks, we'll read the data, we'll fetch the data. This is what we are doing. We are fetching the data only, na? We are reading, we are fetching the data only. Correct or not, guys? This is the basic commands, guys. This is Python commands only, Python methods only. This you can tell. Now, create a new cell and type the below command, which helps us to create a temporary view and to convert or replace the code from Python to SQL. This is also very important. They will ask in the interview, okay, if you want to convert the Python script to SQL, then what method you use in your PySpark? What method you use in your PySpark? You will say that spark.sql. The moment you say spark.sql, after that you write simple plain SQL query, your Databricks notebook will understand that very well, and it will give you that result also by understanding this SQL query. How it is understanding? Here you are using the method called spark.sql. They will ask you if you want to write the plain SQL query inside the Databricks notebook, what is the Python method you used? So what you have to say for answer spark.sql, and this is what we can write. Display method we are using from the beginning. This method is used to display the data. Okay, it got stuck, guys, or else I could have shown this you. Okay, see, it got stuck because the file is having a lot of data. Okay, yeah, it's gone now. Second visualization. Anyhow, I will not take this second visualization. It is not easy understandable also. Line chart is fine. That is making us understand very well how the trends it was from current conversion for euros to US currency. Okay, I'll say here for wait. Is that clear? Am I going good? All this is what I'm explaining you how we can write straightforward SQL queries also inside the Databricks notebook. This I have shown in the last classes also already. Correct? Yes or no, guys? This is what I'm showing how we can write the Scala script also inside the Databricks notebooks. Okay, so what I'll do, guys, I'll stop the class here. In next class on Monday, I'll show you new concepts of Databricks, new labs. Okay, some other Python scripts I'll show you. Okay, how we can write the Python scripts. Okay, this already I have shown in the last classes. Again, I have shown. Okay, because you people have asked me to start it again from the beginning. Okay, so in Monday's class, from Monday's class onwards, I'll show you some new Python labs in Databricks only. Okay, that I have not shown in the previous classes. Is that fine? Yes, no? Is that clear? Can I get the responses from all? Any questions? So guys, please register in the community edition and save that link. Register in the community edition, save that link so that all the labs you can do it in community edition conveniently. The files what I am considering that I have already given in the last class. Okay, I will give the file to you guys again if you need it again. Is that clear? Am I good to close the class? Mitrunjay, do you have any question? Shilpa, you there? Guys, am I audible? Guys, am I audible? Is my voice reaching to all? Can others respond me? Okay. Yeah, Mithunjay, from Monday we'll do that. From Monday we'll do that. Okay. Because the people have told me to show the Databricks again from the beginning. That's why I have given the heads up. In fact, I have done the labs also. Today, from Monday, we'll see the new concepts. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Happy Vinayak